This Sine meeting was called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act. Notice of this meeting was faxed to the Our Town, the Record, the Community News, and the County Seat newspapers on December 27, 2013. In addition, copies of this notice were posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building at 15 Park Avenue, filed with the Borough Clerk, distributed to all persons, if any, requesting copies of same pursuant to said act. In case of an emergency or fire alarm, you must evacuate the building by using the exit doors immediately to my right at the rear of the room. Occupants must exit the building by using the staircase and not the elevator. This meeting is being recorded by both video and audio and may be rebroadcast.
Roll call.
Mayor Padovano?
Here.
Council members Maroney?
Here.
Eisenberg?
Here.
Ballerini?
Here.
Fleischman?
Here.
Fabre?
Here.
Borough Attorney Ronald Dario?
Here.
Borough Clerk Jean Pellegra is here. Borough Administrator Roberta Stone.
Here.
There's only one item on this meeting, is Resolution 16113. We have with us our CFO this evening, and Chuck, could you just, before we take action on that, just briefly bring everybody up to date maybe as to what exactly...
As you know, the sewer break occurred between the last meeting and year end, and the reason that you're having this sign and die meeting is because the Council of 2013 has to take action on the emergency that occurred in 2013. We are seated today in 2014, but the purpose of this meeting is to affect the budget of the prior year. So when we pass the emergency resolution, it will go in as an emergency outside the cap in the 2014 budget.
Anybody have any questions for Chuck on this? Obviously, this occurred on Christmas Day. It was pretty devastating damage to what is unfortunately an ailing sewer system that we have, or aging sewer system that we have. But anybody have any questions regarding this $55,000?
Will any of this covered under insurance that we would get?
No, there's no insurance for sewer first. So anything under the street doesn't have insurance.
Gotcha.
Even if there was negligence or
No,
some sort of...
It's not, they're not, the pipes and things are not a listed property when we do the insurance program. That's all underground, so
I don't think that's what you were asking.
Nothing more of
If somebody did damage to
somebody
it...
put something in the sewer that didn't belong there and we
No,
had no identify. Maybe it's
if
a question for you.
If there was a hazardous material, we have coverage for environmental.
That's
Yeah.
could I answer it? Could I?
Yes, can we pursue somebody who damaged our sewer system?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right.
You could pursue
And
something.
what happened, part of this break occurred in the parking lot of a property on Brook Avenue. And the original investigation, it appeared that they had installed a storm drain, and it was possible that they had damaged this. And subsequently, when the work was done, our engineer told us that that, in fact, was not the case.
Okay.
It was a separate issue.
I had heard the first.
Okay. It was, again, a lot of conversation. A lot of people have the bad habit of discussing things that they don't know about, and then these other things
We don't have a final report on that yet.
well, we do have a report from the engineer on
On
this.
his determination on whether who damaged it or not?
Yes. Yeah, I think that, if I remember correctly, when I read the report a few days ago, that it was in there, that piece of pipe that we thought came from there was not
Where
the case.
is the engineer's report? Has that been distributed?
No, it has not been distributed.
Is there something in there around mitigation or remediation of other light-aged...
There will
in this town?
be another report forthcoming regarding that. I've asked them to prepare that for us.
So this is just natural deterioration of the system.
It was a combination of things, but there's a tremendous amount of grease in there, which nobody seems to be able to account for. There were wood pieces, this broken piece of pipe, this is, these are one of those things, like you said, they're underground, and, these things happen, and it's not something easy to detect ahead of time. But because of the age of our system, there will be a report forthcoming, suggestions where we might upgrade certain portions of the sewer system, the pipes.
Okay. And observation and maintenance, I assume, will be a part of that plan
Yes.
as well?
Yes. I mean, there is regular maintenance of most of these lines, and what happens is the maintenance is done on the normal trouble spots on a regular basis. This was not known to be a regular trouble spot. So as far as when the last time this particular line was checked, I haven't found that out yet.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
This cost comes out in 2013.
No, it gets authorized in the 2013 budget, but you pay for it in 2014,
Outside the cap,
outside the cap. Outside. It's considered-
which is why we're doing this.
Thank you, Mr.
Well, one of the items, one thing to consider for the spring, the swimming pool sewer line feeds into that lateral. So you have the concession stand, you don't know if the grease trap is working, that should be checked, cambered. If there was a lot of grease in that line, hopefully nobody was dumping the grease from the fryers into that line, you know.
Not really. I mean, I know that that's not what they do. The young gentleman who runs the concession stand for us is very good about that, and I did bring that up to Mike Berliner at the time, because it was one of the things that I thought of, and he said, no, that wouldn't be the effect.
Didn't we recently get a new grease trap down there?
Well, we had work done there, but, I mean, from what Mike was saying, what they found could not just be from the concession stand.
It's
So,
amazing
in his
that
opinion.
only one house has the backup.
It was a coincidence, but not related. And it was just because the DPW was doing their job that they uncovered the other, which could have been a much worse scenario.
You said there was wood in the sewer?
Mm-hmm.
There's wood.
Well, these are things, I mean, these are things that we can't answer. I mean, we don't know. I mean, like I said, I mean, I don't know. If anybody would like to see the report, well,
If it's a pipe from that, or if it-
right. Well, a lot of people,
Wood, I mean, how do you get wood?
well, I didn't get a specific, description of what the wood was. If it was part of a tree or a root, I don't know. I mean, he didn't specify, he didn't describe the piece of wood to me.
How far is the wood down?
It's in back,
behind it,
behind.
on Brook.
So is the pool backwash?
I can't answer that. I'd have to find out.
I mean, we're not, that line doesn't tie into Burger King and
No.
over there, it doesn't come
No,
that way.
doesn't come that way. Because I was thinking of that little restaurant that's in the back there,
Longhorn over
too.
there.
Yeah, no.
Those are the
grease traps.
Yeah. Right.
Extraordinaires, yeah. All right. Resolution by title.
Resolution 160-113, resolution authorizing emergency appropriation pursuant to NJSA 48:11-6 for emergency repairs to sanitary sewer manholes, additional obstructions, and employee overtime.
We have a motion.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Roll.
Barone?
Yes.
Eisenberg?
Yes.
Ballerini?
Yes.
Fleischman?
Yes.
Labray?
Yes.
With nothing closed, and motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
There it is.